Hello everyone, I am Jyoti and welcome to the video series for class 11 computer science. In the previous video we have discussed about variables and the various data types that are available in Python. So let us continue the topic in today's video. So already we have discussed what are variables and what are the different types that are available in Python. तो इसके पहले के वीडियो में हमने वेरिएबल्स और उसके डेटा टाइप्स के बारे में जाना था। हम आगे इसी टॉपिक को कंटिन्यू करते हैं। तो सबसे पहले हम ये जानते हैं कि वेरिएबल नेमिंग कन्वेंशंस आर देयर। कुछ कन्वेंशंस हैं, कुछ रूल्स हैं जो कि बनाए गए हैं किसी भी वेरिएबल को उसके नाम देने के लिए। सो व्हाट आर द रूल्स? लेट अस डिस्कस दोज रूल्स, दोज कन्वेंशंस दैट कैन बी यूज्ड while deciding a name for variable. So the first convention is the variable name can be of any size, but as you know that we should give a variable name, like we should choose a variable name which can be easily used in the program. So unnecessarily we should not give a very lengthy variable name, so it must be meaningful also. And the next convention is it can have any alphabets from small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9 and underscore. But you can see in the third convention the variable name must begin with an alphabet or underscore. It should not begin with a digit. And fourth one, it should not be a keyword. Now what is the meaning of keyword? We are going to discuss in this video. So when we are talking about a program, so a program built from smaller units, and if we will talk about the smallest unit of a program, then token is known as smallest unit of program. These are the building blocks of program. So we are having various types of tokens. So one of the tokens already we have discussed, that is our variable. Okay, so we are going to discuss some other tokens. So basically these are known as smallest unit of a program. Using these tokens we can write our complete set of program. तो अगर हम बात करेंगे कि एक प्रोग्राम की जो सबसे छोटी इकाई होती है उसे हम कहते हैं टोकन्स। तो कितने तरह के टोकन्स होते हैं वो भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे। ऑलरेडी हमने अभी डिस्कस किया है। अभी नेक्स्ट व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस इज़ कीवर्ड्स। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है। नाउ in Python or in other languages also, there are some words whose meanings are already defined by the interpreter. Okay, so their purpose is already defined and they are having some specific meaning, and those words cannot be used for any other purpose other than for what they have been defined. तो पाइथन या अलग प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में कुछ ऐसे वर्ड्स होते हैं जिनकी मीनिंग जो है ऑलरेडी डिफ़ाइन की गई है, तो उसको हम किसी और पर्पस के लिए हम यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो ऐसे वर्ड्स को हम कहते हैं कीवर्ड्स, जिसका मतलब पहले से ही पता है। तो उस कीवर्ड को जैसे ही हम प्रोग्राम में यूज़ करते हैं तो इंटरप्रेटर को ये समझ में आ जाता है कि इस पर्टिकुलर वर्ड का मतलब क्या है, क्योंकि ये सारी चीज़ें पहले से ही डिफ़ाइन की गई हैं, इनका पर्पस पहले से ही डिफ़ाइन किया हुआ है। तो ऐसे वर्ड्स को हम कहते हैं कीवर्ड्स। तो कीवर्ड इज़ अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टोकन ऑफ अ प्रोग्राम। तो यहाँ पे कीवर्ड का जो पर्पस होता है उसके अलावा हम उसको कहीं पे भी यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हैं। मतलब कीवर्ड को हम एक वेरिएबल की तरह से कभी भी यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि कीवर्ड का अपना एक मीनिंग डिफाइन होता है। सो here are some of the keywords that are being used in Python. So when we will write program, then you can understand that what is keyword, what is variable. So here some of the keywords are written here whose meanings are already defined, and according to the requirement, according to the situation, we have to choose these keywords for writing our program. So next very important concept is operators and operands. So we are going to discuss about operators. Operator is the next important tokens for any language. So we are going to discuss about Python, so we will discuss what are the different operators that are available in Python. So operators are special symbols which represents computation. Operator एक स्पेशल तरह के सिम्बल्स होते हैं जो हमें ये बताते हैं कि हम किस तरह का कंप्यूटेशन, किस तरह का कैलकुलेशन परफॉर्म करने जा रहे हैं। और ये ऑपरेटर्स काम किस पे करते हैं, जिसके भी ऊपर काम करते हैं उसको हम क्या कहते हैं, ऑपरेंड्स कहते हैं। वो ऑपरेंड्स या तो वैल्यूज़ हो सकते हैं या तो वेरिएबल्स हो सकते हैं। जैसे अगर मैं यहाँ पे बोलती हूँ कि 2 + 3, so plus is operator and 2 and 3 will be values. Similarly, if I am telling that x plus y, then x plus y will also be operands but also variables, and plus will again operators. तो ऑपरेंड्स में हमारे वैल्यूज़ भी हो सकते हैं या फिर वेरिएबल्स भी हो सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट, सेम ऑपरेटर कैन बिहेव डिफरेंटली ऑन डिफरेंट टाइप्स। एक ही ऑपरेटर अलग अलग तरीके से काम कर सकता है अगर हमारे जो वेरिएबल्स होंगे या जो वैल्यूज़ होंगे उनके डेटा टाइप्स अलग अलग होंगे, तो ऑपरेटर्स का फंक्शनिंग भी अलग हो जाता है। तो ये मैं अभी आपको एग्जांपल लेके एक्सप्लेन करूँगी। लेट अस स्टार्ट व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ऑपरेटर्स अवेलेबल इन पाइथन. So coming to the first one, we are having the very simple one, the mathematical and arithmetic operators. Most of us are familiar with these symbols, and most of us already know that what are the uses of these operators. So let me explain you. These are some of the mathematical operators. Plus is used for addition, minus is used for subtraction, this asterisk symbol is used for multiplication, this is for division, and here this one is for modulus. This will give you the modulus. This is known as remainder or modulus symbol. And this is exponentiation, exponent. It will raise to the power of base. I will explain. And this is integer division. Okay, so what these all means, let us explain by using example. Okay, so already we know that what is plus, what is minus. So these operators we will discuss in interactive mode. Okay, because we are going to execute single statement, we need not to write a complete set of program. So as we have discussed in the previous video that interactive mode can be used when we want immediate result. So here we will write a single expression and we want the immediate result, so we are going to use interactive mode. तो इस वीडियो में हम इंटरेक्टिव मोड यूज़ करने जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम कंप्लीट सेट ऑफ प्रोग्राम नहीं लिखने वाले हैं, हम यहाँ पे एक एक स्टेटमेंट लिखेंगे और उसको हम इमीडिएटली एग्जीक्यूट कराएंगे. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ आवर arithmetic operators. So all of us know that if we will add two integer value, here you can see the data type of 2 and 3 is integer value, so it will give us the result 5, which itself is integer. Okay, now what if we will have one float value and another integer value, then our answer will be float. You can see we are having 5.0. And if we will have both float value, we will have both float value, floating point numbers, then still we are having floating point output. Now here you can see that if we are having mixed data type, you can see here we are having mixed data type. Here both are integer, so result is in integer. Here also both are in floating point numbers, so result is in floating point numbers. But here we are having mixed data type, one is floating number, another one is integer, but we are having the result in floating point number because here the interpreter will convert the data type to the higher data type, and among integer and floating point number, float is higher data type. So this type of conversion which is done by interpreter is known as implicit type conversion. We need not to write any extra code for this type of conversion. This has been done automatically, so this is known as implicit type conversion. Implicit means which is done automatically by the interpreter. That's why this type of conversion is known as implicit type conversion. Similarly, if you want to perform this subtraction, then you will have one. If we will have mixed data type, then again our result will be in float because float is of higher data type. So plus, minus, division, multiplication, modulus is very easy. Let us perform all of them using one example. So already we have done addition, subtraction. Let us do for multiplication. Okay, so we will have 6. If we will have mixed data type, then again we will have result in float. Okay, so let us come to the division one. Okay, so it will give you 1.5. okay, and if we will have this, so still you will have 1.5. Now just remember, dear students, that this division symbol will always give you result in floating point number irrespective of the data type of operands. Now here you can see that we are having two integer data types, two integer operands, but we are having the result in floating point number. Here you can see, if I am writing this also, we will have the result in floating point number. So it is just different from our operators, that this division operator will always give you the result in floating number. Okay, now come to the modulus operator. So modulus operator will give you the remainder. Here we will have the remainder 0. If you want to you will have 1. Okay, now let us try this one. You will have 1.0. Now it is similar to the plus and minus. This is quite different from rest of the operators because it is going to give you always floating point number. This division will give you always floating point number. And let us see the exponent operator. What does it mean? Suppose I am writing 2 to the exponent 3, so it is going to give 2 to the power 3, and 2 to the power 3 is 8. Okay, now let us have mixed data type. So here you will have 8.0. okay, now all the operators we have discussed behave similarly except the division operator, because it will give us always the result in floating point number. What if we don't want the result in floating point number? We want only the integer part. For that we are having this division, integer division or floor division. This is also known as floor division. Now let us see how it behaves. Now see bete, already we have done this one. Now in the previous case we were having the result 1.5, but since this one is integer division, this will give you only 1. It will not give you the decimal value. That's why this is known as integer division. Here you can see it will give you integer division. Okay, this is also known as floor division. Floor division means if we will divide it using the simple division operator, then it will give us what? 1.5. So you may ask that when we are dividing it using this floor division, why this 1.5 is not considered as 2, why it is considered as 1? So for that, the number which is nearer to the floor side, means the lower side, okay, will be the output. So in number line system, if you can search for 1.5, so 1.5 exists between 1 and 2, so it will come to the lower side. So among 1 and 2, the lower side is 1, so result will be 1. Now suppose this will be more clear to you if we will take a negative value. Okay, so here let me just do it for simple division. Okay, now here we are having the result minus 2.5. Suppose we are performing floor division or integer division, what should be the answer? Now let us compare the placement of this one in number line. This will come between minus 2 and minus 3. So among minus 2 and minus 3, which one is a lower value? Minus 3 is the lower value, so answer will be minus 3. So I hope this much be clear to all of you. So let us proceed to the next operators. This was all about mathematical operators. Let us move to the next operators. Here we are having relational operators. So all of us know that relational operators are used when we want to compare two values. Okay, so basically we compare two values when we want to find out which one is greater, which one is lesser, whether the two values are equal or not, whether the two values are unequal or not. So for these types of operators, for these types of comparison, here we are having less than operator, here we are having greater than operator, then less than, equal to, here greater than, equal to, and this one is for not equal to, and this one is for equal to. Okay, so let us execute and see what output we are getting. So for relational operator, we know that the output will be in the form of either true or false. Okay, so let us have this one and we will find out whether 5 is greater than 2 or not. Yes, 5 is greater than 2, so it will give us true. Okay, if we will write 5 equal to 5 or not, remember when we are comparing for equality, then we have to use double equal to symbol, because single equal to symbol is used for assigning values. So there is huge difference between single equal to and double equal to. सिंगल इक्वल टू और डबल इक्वल टू में बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है, तो आपको यहाँ पे कंफ्यूज होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. सिंगल इक्वल टू का मतलब होता है अगर हम कोई वैल्यू असाइन करते हैं तो, और डबल इक्वल टू का मतलब होता है अगर हम दो वैल्यूज़ को कंपेयर कर रहे हैं इक्वालिटी के लिए. तो यहाँ पे 5 इक्वल टू 5 है तो it will give us true. Suppose we will compare 4 equal to 5, it will give us false. अगर हमें कंपेयर करना है इन इक्वालिटी के लिए तो what we have to write 5 exclamatory marks 5, so it will give us false because both are equal and we are comparing for not equal. Similarly here you can compare less than equal to 3. Okay, so yes, 2 is not equal to 3 but it is less than 3, so it will give us true. If we will compare to greater than equal to 5, then 2 is neither greater than 5 nor equal to 5, so it will give us false. So here we are having these some of these relational operators. Okay, they are very easy to understand, so I hope this topic is also clear to you all. Now let us move to the logical operators. Okay, so again very important concept, logical operators. So let us take some of the examples of logical operator. Here already we have discussed in Boolean algebra that what are the functions of logical OR, logical and logical NOT. So all of us know that logical OR will give us the result true if any of the operand is true, and logical AND will give us the result true if both the operands are true, and logical NOT will just reverse the state of operand. Now suppose what we are having, suppose we are having 2 less than 3 and or 5 equal to 5. Okay, so 2 is less than 3 is true and 5 less than 5 equal to 5 is also true. So true or true will give us true. Sorry, this must be, wait, let me, 2 less than 3 or 5 equal to 5. So it will give you true. Now since Python is case sensitive, bete, you have to be very careful whether you are writing in capital letters or small letters. You can't change the case. Okay, now suppose I am changing one of the condition like this one and 5 equal to 5. So here this one is false, this one is true, but still we will have the result as true because in Boolean algebra we have seen that if either of the operand will be true, our result will be true. तो अगर एक भी ऑपरेंड का रिजल्ट हमारा ट्रू आता है तो हमें आंसर क्या मिलेगा, ट्रू मिलेगा. Let us make both the operands as false, then see what we are having. Now this is also false, this is also false. Now this time our result will be false. Okay, similarly for AND operator, for AND both the operand must be true. Okay, so we can check here this and sorry, this and this will give you true. But if any of the operand we will make false, then result will be also false. Here we will have result as false. So for logical AND, both the operands must be true. So let us discuss about the logical NOT. Logical NOT means whatever the result will be, it will inverse the situation. Means 2 greater than 3 is false, but since we have used not here, it will make it true. You can see here the result has been inversed. Whatever the state of operand was, it just inversed the situation. Now suppose if we are writing not 5 equal to 5, then it will give us false. Okay, so this was all about our operators. We have discussed about arithmetic operators, relational operators and logical operators. I hope this much be clear to all of you. So if you find this video useful, kindly share it, like it and subscribe it with your friends. Thank you for watching.